Hello, people in YouTube land.
Hi, everybody.
How's everybody doing? It's Thrifty Thursday.
Thrifty Thursday. That's a good one.
I know. I was thinking, what could I say? And then I thought thirsty, thirsty Thursday, and I'm like, no, that really doesn't
In a bar.
say what I want to say. No.
If we were having a drinking show like the Six Pack, that would be a good idea.
I know. Um, Good morning, Shanta, Dillingham Dills, and Mario, and Frankie's Finds, and Hank, and Cash. See, Frankie's Finds says, great show last night. Nikki loved it.
Thank you.
Oh, I bet Hank says that this another day of insanity down here. This shit's got me mentally and financially tired. I'm sure. I feel for you guys. Sorry this morning, and she's gonna be changing her flight because she's supposed to fly out on Tuesday, which is when it's supposed to be like up there by North Carolina by Tuesday. So she's gonna try and push it back a couple of days.
She's gonna move it up or move it back.
She's gonna. I think she said she wanted to see if she can fly out on Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh.
And I mean, if I was her, I'd probably do a couple more days because, it's probably gonna, take a couple of days to get through all the madness.
Yeah.
But it just depends. It really depends on how, because I guess whenever I seen a video yesterday and it kind of was explaining like the eye and explaining what the hurricane does. Once it hits land, it kind of like it destroys the hurricane a little bit. That's why they're not sure which way it's going to go and all of that. So so who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if it's going to sit on top of Florida for 5 days like it one sat on top of Texas for 5 days. It's a thing of not knowing, and that's the scary part. Yeah, I'm really hoping that things calm down after these storms get out of the way so you guys can get some peace down there.
Yeah. Back to life.
Shanta says, when I taught second grade, I said thinking Thursday. That's a good one. Obviously, I wasn't thinking.
None of us want to think, especially this early.
Well, I should be like warmed up because I've been up since 10 o'clock last night, but I'm totally not. But we are getting a van today, so
yay!
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, right after the show, me and Brandon's gonna walk downtown. So
good. Is it that van you were talking about yesterday?
No, it's not the same one. You know what? It's crazy because you get on the, I mean, I had a bunch of people messaging me saying, hey, this is the vehicle that I have, I'll take, 600 for it, or I'll take 500 for it, and they would give me pictures and stuff like that. Well, I had this lady message me and she said that she, had a van, it was really good condition, new tires and all this stuff. Said, I'll take 500 for it. I paid 600 for it, so I'll take 500 for it.
Mhm.
And can't get her to freaking respond to me at all now.
Oh
It's like,
boy.
and there was like 3 or 4 people like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I found somebody that I physically know. He comes in my store all the time, every morning,
Hmm.
and he's selling a van. So
Nice.
I got his phone number. I know where he lives. I know where the van is. So we're going after it.
What kind of van is it?
I'm not sure of the. My kids call it the Pinto van. It's not a Pinto van. It's a minivan. I'm not sure what make and model it is, but I know it's a 95.
Hmm.
And he said that it's got some rust on it, but he says that he's an older guy and he takes really good care of his vehicles.
Yeah.
He's known for taking care of his vehicles. So to me, that's good enough for me,
That's
and
awesome.
once I see it and hear it running and everything, I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah, I'm just happy that it's somebody that I can physically reach out and touch, and I don't have to, because on the Facebook, Facebook marketplace or whatever, like,
Hmm.
you could talk to people all day long about getting something from them, but
Yeah.
until they give you their location or their phone number, it's like
Yeah.
harder than hell to get a hold of people.
Yeah.
So, I'm just really thankful that
How
we're
much
able
is he
to
asking
get it and
for it?
everything. So, huh?
How much is he asking for it? Can I ask?
500?
Oh, that ain't bad.
No.
It's hard to
So,
get a running vehicle for less than $1,000. So,
I know. I
yeah.
know it. Um,
Good.
Valerie at Etc. Emporium says, "Great show last night, Nikki. It was informative and fun."
Thank you.
See, Nikki, you did really good, I'm sure. I'm sure you did.
My my daughter and my husband, they were in Superior at the time, and
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, they were actually, I guess, they drove up to the storage shed, and
Uh-huh.
they were a couple buildings away from me, sitting there. And my daughter said, "I so badly wanted to come up and scare you because it was getting dark, and I was at my storage shed, and."
Mm-hmm.
Because I so badly wanted to come up and scare you. I said, "Oh, that would have been fun."
I
But
know.
my husband wouldn't let her do it. I said, "Oh, that would have added to the show. That would have been great." And then I was so embarrassed because I thought I heard somebody,
Uh-huh.
and here it was like either a fly or a mosquito in my ear
Oh my
buzzing.
gosh.
But I thought it wasn't like a buzz I heard right away. It was
Yeah.
just I don't know, I just heard something like, and I thought it was like on the side of me, and I kind of got startled, and here it ended up being a fly in my ear or something
Oh my
buzzing.
gosh.
Oh my god, it was funny. Yeah, for last minute. Oh my god, I gotta hurry up and get this on. I get this worked out.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late this morning. I had my whole family was in the kitchen. Everybody was trying to get something to eat, and they all had to do it right then. They couldn't do it 5 minutes before or anything. They know I do the show at 9 o'clock every day. What? I don't know. I
I
can't.
know.
Crazy Card says hi. How you doing?
I
I'm doing good. I'm so happy today. So it's
Yeah,
such a relief, you
it
know.
is. It sucks not having a vehicle. Even
I
like you, we
know.
were close to everything, but still, it's hard, especially with winter upon us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like we live in Florida or whatever where it's nice all year.
Right. Well, except for right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's the thing though. Like, no matter where you go, you're gonna have your little, weather blips or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless even if you lived on a island or something, you'd probably still get hurricanes all the time, or weather close to that. Um, yeah. So it just depends on where you live. You're always dealing with some kind of crazy. It seems like.
Yeah. There's crap everywhere.
Way to be positive, Nikki. There's just crap everywhere. Uh, Hank says, "Woo, hello again. Places got generators in stock, and we needed to get another one for his mom's if she needs it. Gonna clean the house and do some school and possibly some eBay." Sounds good. You need to take it easy a little bit, Hank. I know that's hard for you to do right now, but it's I know you guys have been going crazy trying to get prepared. And she says the unknown with these storms is putting a cramp in my eBay style. Well,
Yeah.
extended handling time already, just in case. Had to do it through bulk editor because couldn't figure it out any other way. Yeah, Valerie said that something about whenever she was trying to change her handling time, it it wouldn't let her do it through the bulk editor or something. So, because that's the way that she used to do it, and
Now, her
it wouldn't.
setting out her handling time, how is that going to work with her extending it 2 days? Now, all the stuff that she's already sold, is that going to screw up her numbers of days?
I don't know, and I don't even know if she's thought about that. To tell you the truth, I didn't think about it either.
The stuff that she's already sold,
Mm-hmm. So maybe she'll just have to message all those people and tell them, that she's got to push it back another couple of days.
I know, but that's going to give her dings on her account.
Or maybe she set it to where she did have a couple of days. Maybe that's what she did.
I hope so.
I know, me too. I'm gonna have to ask her that later. Remind me if she comes in here,
Yeah.
because that's important. I mean,
It
you
is,
don't.
because when I did mine and screwed up the counts on my
Mm,
days, that really screwed up my account for a long time.
oh yeah, it does.
And I just don't want that to happen to her.
Yeah, me neither. Silver Hair Stacker says, "Good morning, Hurricane Hustlers." Good morning, Larry.
Morning,
Uh,
Larry. Morning, Silver Hair.
yeah, I mean, it's life and death. I mean, I understand if she has to wait a couple of days to come home and it does screw up everything, then maybe it'll be worth it to get all those dings and stuff. But I mean, because I told her, I said, if you come home on Tuesday and that hurricane is right upon you and they don't cancel your flight, it's going to be a crazy flight.
Mhm.
If you got weather in the air, it's just going to be a crazy flight and you're not going to have a good flight anyway. So, I mean, it'd be almost better to change it up.
Yeah, but she'll only have craziness for the first part of her flight. I mean, it doesn't take long to get out of North Carolina, I would assume.
Right, but I mean, if if the weather's crazy, they won't even fly you. Thanks a lot, Brandon. Um, so I mean, if yeah, she doesn't want to leave her daughter there with the kids. She says,
Yeah.
what if the weather's fine one minute and then everybody goes to work and stuff and she's at home with the kids, and then she's got to deal with the kids by herself. Good job, Todd. Todd sold $110 worth of train stuff already.
I naked man.
Nikki says hi.
I know, I see.
Um, Hank says, I'm just worried about not being able to get to the post office with heavy rain or flooded roads afterwards. Well, and you live in that area, so they're gonna
Yeah.
give you some lax time, to do stuff like that.
No, no, you got shorts on.
You got shorts on today. um Hey,
What?
quit that.
I can see nothing.
Yeah, Hank says, I hate this for Chick Picker too. Tell her I hope she stays safe with all this. Yeah, I know. I worry about her being there. I worry about her being in North Carolina and Greenville Treasures too. I worry about all you guys.
Yeah. The thing is with the people that are in Florida, eBay is going to give them time.
Right.
They're going to
Well,
give
that's
them
what
a chance.
Greenville Treasure says too, is I wonder if eBay
What?
would take the hurricane into consideration and not ding her,
Oh yeah.
because she's, and
But,
and maybe if she calls them, maybe she can, tell them, hey, I'm in North Carolina and there's not a way that I can get home,
and
you know,
that's
with
what
that
I was
coming.
wondering if they would believe her that she's on vacation in North Carolina and she's in the hurricane
Yeah.
zone. If they would do that, I don't know. I
Right.
know, like if we have a big blizzard, yeah, we're gonna have a couple extra days to get our stuff shipped out. eBay's really
Right.
good about that. But if
Hmm.
but if you're on vacation, and I mean anybody could say they're on vacation in North Carolina, are they gonna believe you? I don't know.
Right.
You know
I'm
what I
just
mean?
wondering if she does it ahead of time, then maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put a note on her account or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Hank says that she got a few good sales yesterday and today, so she's thankful to have them.
Of course, she does have her flight tickets, so maybe
Yes.
she can. Maybe eBay will take her flight ticket, a picture of her flight tickets, as
Uh-huh.
proof that she was in the hurricane zone.
Yeah.
I bet that would work.
Right.
She could say, hey, and upload pictures of her flight ticket.
Hank says, send them a pic of her standing in front of North Carolina state sign or
Yeah.
something. They want proof. Here's your proof.
Yeah. Go stand outside while the hurricane's coming through and take a video.
Yeah. Greenville Treasure says, I would think she needs to call them now. She has a flight. So, if, but, she wants to extend that, because she, if she ends up flying out on Tuesday, that's when the hurricane's supposed to be coming through there. So, I don't know if the ticket would work or not, because if she wants to change that, then it wouldn't be for Tuesday. But I don't know. We'll have to just ask her. But I don't even know if she didn't sound like she'd even thought of it, because she's just worried about, changing the flight and stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully people will just be understanding. Right. I understand what you're saying,
People
Greenville.
are understanding. It's just eBay I worry about. I'm not worried about the customers. The customers will understand,
Yeah.
but most of them. But I'm worried about eBay giving her dings.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually going to message her about that right now because she's got a call. I guess she couldn't just she couldn't do it online. Well, she could, but they were going to charge her more money. And she said that if she called, then they wouldn't charge her anything extra. So how would I say that? Did you think about
The orders you've already gotten and the handling time?
orders that got in Maybe if you called eBay, you would get no dings. Yeah, so I mean, it's just, you know, everything down there is just craziness right now. I'm sure of everything. It's
Yeah.
just not fun stuff at all. Hank says, exactly, Nikki. Customers, I'm not so worried about. It's just weird for me to think of not shipping every day.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine taking a vacation or being out of town. Do what you got to do.
And I mean, you know, and that's why eBay has those exceptions, because, you know, I mean, there's nothing we can do about Mother Nature. You know, it's an act of God. You
Right.
can't do nothing about it. So I mean, you just need to keep safe. eBay will help you, especially if you're in that area. You won't get dings. Customers will understand. I mean, most customers generally will understand. You know, especially
Yeah.
if you're upfront with, let them know, hey, I am in the hurricane zone. I mean, we all know about it. It's all over the news. It's all over YouTube. It's all over everything. We know all about it. So, everybody will understand, I'm sure. It's just making sure eBay gives you that. And you guys that live in the hurricane zone, I'm not worried about eBay with you guys. I'm just worried about eBay
Yeah.
with Valerie, because she lives in Kansas, and are they going to believe that she was on vacation there?
Right.
Is that going to be acceptable and everything? That's who I'm really worried about with eBay.
Right. Yeah. She says, yeah, I'll look at that. So
Yeah.
I just know that she was trying to get that flight changed, and I'm just worried about her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mother Nature needs to take a freaking chill pill already.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, well, isn't that Jose hurricane right behind it?
Yeah.
I said, you might not even be able to get out within a couple of days.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she's gonna do.
Well, that
She doesn't want to leave Tina there by herself with the kids, you know.
Yeah.
Which I can understand. That's
She doesn't have a husband?
no, she does, but like if they go to work or something.
Oh.
But you know, if something hits, the weather hits, and she gets caught at home, you know, just with the kids, and you know, no electricity or anything, that you know, she doesn't want to, you know, leave her with all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think she's called and talked to them yet, Hank.
Yeah, if you're in the direct eye of that, or direct route of that hurricane, you'll be fine with eBay. But
Yeah, they seem like they're pretty accommodating.
they are. But they will check too. I mean, you can't just say, yeah, I'm in the way of that hurricane. They will check and make sure too. Because
Will they?
oh yeah, they'll check and make sure that you're in that vicinity. Because I remember when I was working for setting up GED tests, we had to go and make sure that they were in the same place. If they missed their test and they wanted a refund, and it was because due to weather, we had to go and make sure that they were in that weather, that their area was in that bad weather. Yeah. And I'm sure eBay's just as much of sticklers as they would be.
Hank says, thank y'all for making me feel better. I don't have any local eBayer friends, so getting to talk about all this in relation to my business really helps. Well, we're always here for you, girl.
That's what we're
If you
here
need
for.
phone numbers or anything, either you can call us anytime.
You listen to our stupid shit every day.
Right. That says that's why I'm not even going to deal with trying to get eBay to take off defects. I am ending that shit. I understand, Beth. Then you won't even have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So yeah, I didn't get anything listed yesterday. I feel bad. It's been like hard though this week to get work done.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you've
because
been worried
I'm
about being.
tired.
You've been doing the show, and I mean everything's all coming to
Yeah.
a head, I suppose, for you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Enough
get Sunday and Monday off, so
fun.
I'm thinking that I can get some work done this weekend probably.
My husband and my dad probably will be going to a steam show on Saturday, so I don't think I'm going to go. I told Gary, I said, I got to get some work done.
Yeah.
Gary's tests turned out good. He did have a minor cardiac event. He's probably going to have to take some pills or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he'll live.
Well, that's good that, at least you guys know what's going on with him,
He's still not feeling right though. He went to work today, but he still feels like lightheaded and woozy and dizzy and stuff. So
Does he have high blood pressure?
no, his blood pressure's perfect.
Mario said this is the first day that I've feel better after surgery, so I've been listing a few things. That's great.
But
I'm glad you feel better. That's always hard whenever you're you're down for so long, and you kind of just have to get back in the swing of things and get back to work, and I mean, there's a lot of people that don't think that what we do is work, but we know it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to my eBay stuff. My relist done. Hank says she's keeping you and your hubby in her thoughts, and hope he is back to feeling 100% soon.
Thank you.
That's what I was gonna say. Was like, because blood pressure, has a lot to do with, stuff like that. I'm not even gonna try and talk about healthcare today. I had enough of it yesterday with Eric. But I just know how I feel sometimes, because I know that my blood pressure can get high, and I'll feel like lightheaded, and my side will be off, and you just don't feel right.
Yeah.
I love when people put positive feedback, like fits great, and that's it. Oh, at least it's positive, right?
Another thing my husband said about my show last night was that I acted like I had ADD.
Oh no.
That it was like I'd be talking about something, and then all of a sudden, squirrel. Like, well,
Todd says my heart stopped yesterday. It stopped 3 times yesterday's chat. In yesterday's chat, I think you meant to say. That's funny. Oh, it was awful. He says, "Oh, I must have missed the healthcare hotline yesterday." Um, no, me and Eric just had a discussion about, like EKG machines and stuff like that, and it was just, I was just trying to tell him what I knew about it, and
Yeah.
he was looking up stuff and telling me what he knew about it, and I'm just like, I don't think I was frustrated, and I wasn't mad or anything. I was just trying to tell him what I knew.
Yeah.
And I don't think he got that. I think he was just trying to he thought I was just trying to one up him or something, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Hank says, "What in the world happened, Silver? Did Jason post out the nudes from his wall?" Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Where is that Jason at, anyways? I think he got. Did he get another storage unit?
I don't know. Oh, I got to tell you guys a story.
Oh, okay.
My husband, okay, first of all, a backstory.
Okay.
And if you guys ever meet my husband on here, you can't tell him I told you this or ever call him this, okay? Anyway, one time, well, when he was born, his mother wanted to name him Gomer Dale.
Okay, what?
His mother wanted to name him Gomer Dale.
No.
And his dad stepped in and said, "Hell no. I will not sign the birth certificate if you name my son Gomer." So anyway, he ended up with the name Gary. Okay.
Thank God for that.
Well, anyway, yeah, I told him, I said, I'd have never married you if your name was Gomer. Anyways, anyways, so the other day at the hospital, they have these boards there that say the name of the patient and their birth date and the nurse's name, blah, 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 right? So when my daughter was talking to my husband, he was looking the other direction. I went and changed his name to Gomer on this board. And I told my daughters, like, and my niece, they're like, "Oh, that would be so great if the nurse called him Gomer, by accident." And I said, "I don't think the nurses really look at that board. I think that's more for the patient. I said they pretty much know who their patients are before they walk into the room. Well, sure enough, that morning his new nurse came in and she looks at the board and she goes, "Oh, do you prefer to be called Gomer?" He goes, "What did you?"
Oh no.
So I get there yesterday and he goes, "I have a bone to pick with our oldest daughter." I said, "Why? What's the matter?" And and when I first did it, he kept looking at me. He goes, why are you smirking? You look guilty. What did you do?" I said, "Nothing. I've been standing here the whole time." Anyways, yesterday he goes, "I got a bone to pick with our oldest daughter." And I says, "What's that?" And he goes, "The nurse came in and asked me if I preferred to be called Gomer." She changed the name on the board. And I was like, "Well, I don't know when she would have done that. We were all sitting here. Anyways, he calls her and she busted me. She goes, "You might want to look at the one that you've been married to for the last 24 years. He goes, "You did it?" I said, "Yep."
Oh my God. That is too funny.
And he hates being called Gomer. I mean, because of course, in the last 24 years, of course, I've had to bring this to light,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
party stories, that kind of thing. And he hates it.
Oh man. Thank goodness he didn't get called Gomer. I mean, it just reminds me of Gomer Pyle,
That's funny.
which is probably anybody that has ever been named Gomer.
Well, then he's got this friend who I always talk to about The Walking Dead, and I call him the Walking Dead buddy. Anyways, he was on the phone with him. I said, "Hey, tell him about the Gomer story. Tell him about the Gomer story." He's like, "No, he is the last person I want to have this ammo." And I said, I says, wait till I talk to him.
Oh no. Oh my God. They were my dad wanted, I think it was my dad. He wanted to call my our younger sister, me and Valerie's younger sister, Dora Barrel.
Oh boy.
And thankfully she got Amy Jo, which is way, I mean, she had a hard time with the Joe, you know, in her younger years, but it suits her, you know.
Yeah. Dora
But
Barrel.
Dora Barrel.
Oh boy.
Our mom used
That
to
was
always tell us about that. And she put her foot down and said, I am not naming my daughter Dora Barrel. But they wanted, I guess, for some reason, it was like a family name or something. And they thought that my sister was going to be the last kid. And so they weren't going to have a boy. So they wanted to make it a family name. And so she got Joe after my dad, which is Joseph. So
yeah.
crazy.
Well, that's how I got my name. I was supposed to be a boy and named Nicholas Jr.
Oh.
Well, then I ended up being a girl, so they named me as close to Nicholas as they could, which was Nicole.
Yeah. Wow. That's
funny
crazy.
how you get names.
Yeah, I'm named Sally Ann after somebody on Bonanza.
Ah.
An actress on Bonanza.
I wanted to name. I was a Michael Jordan fanatic, so I wanted to name my first daughter Jordan Michelle after Michael Jordan, but Gary said absolutely not.
My second son, or my baby, he's Jonah Jordan. But not after Michael Jordan. Because I'm not a fanatic or anything.
I thought Jordan Michelle was a nice name.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, I don't know if I would have done Michelle, but just because it's so I don't know, so normal. Yeah. I didn't want my kids to be called a normal name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't want them to have names that
they would regret.
That, yeah, like they had like, have you heard of those kids that are called like Virginia and Virginia? You know, it's like like twins that, you know, have awful names. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What were those people thinking? You know, just going to give their kid a hell of a time in school, you know? But yeah, I mean, I have a sister-in-law named Michelle. Brandon's got a twin sister, and her name's Michelle. But, and I'm not saying that it's not a nice name. It's just that's too normal for me. My kids are Job, Jobe, Jeremy, and Jonah Jordan. Which are both Bible names, but and I really wasn't going for the Bible thing, but I had an older friend that kind of picked it out for me because I was kind of like at a standstill because I knew that my husband then would listen to her, and so I just let her pick it basically. And I liked it, so. Hank Ellen Cash says, shit, I'm surprised my dad didn't name me Moon, Sun, Gemstone, Moody Blue, Skinner, or something even more unusual. Yeah, Beth says, like my stepdaughter, she named her kids Heaven and Nevaeh. Yeah, that I think that's cool.
Yeah. I got a Brandy and Amanda.
Yeah. Well, like Valerie's grandkids. One of her grandsons is named Atlas, which you rarely hear that. I mean, I've never known anybody named Atlas before. And then her other daughter has twins, which is Kyrie and Caden. And then the youngest one is named Madison. So
I like that.
yeah, they're all.
You can call her Maddie.
Yeah, that's what they call her, is Maddie.
Yeah.
And Valerie has a nickname for the oldest granddaughter, which is Kyrie Knievel. Because I guess she is just something else. Like, she's always doing something, climbing and, falling off stuff and falling down the stairs. Just the kid is crazy. And but she just always, she's got some guts.
She has no fear.
No, that's exactly what it is. Like, she has not a doubt that she'll, that she's just gonna do what she wants to do.
My brother was like that. He had no fear. He did all kinds of stuff. No fear at all.
Fish and Pickens says, I was a substitute teacher in Norfolk, Virginia during my last year of college. Yeah, I could not read about half the kids' names during roll call. DeJacoby, and names with Honda somewhere in them. Grandma Magic Classic says she named her daughters Candace and Amanda. And Beth says, my daughter's middle name is Ray. We have 11 Rays, or like Ray, R-A-Y, or R-A-Y, or R-A-E in my family. We're strange, but Ray is my dad's middle name, so it's all for him. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. Got a buddy who named his daughter Allison after transmissions. That's funny. You named your kid Jim the Fourth? Wow. Like James? Is it James or is it Jim? Because you rarely see that. Okay, Greenville Treasure says, ready. I need my girls, Michelle, Marianne, Amy, Cindy, Carrie, and Georgianne. Got half a dozen. Wow. Do you have boys too? Wow. Shanta says, my name caused enough pronunciation issues in school, but then RuPaul started singing it, and I just had to learn to embrace it. Sachet Shanta. I'm sure it's spelled differently. I don't know that song. Valerie from Etc. Emporium says, my kids' names are Amanda and Cody. Seems like Amanda is pretty popular. Beth says, I couldn't do Candace since my last name is Kane. Wasn't going to do that to her. Candace Kane. Oh. Yeah. That's what I thought, Jim. You rarely hear of somebody being Jim Carrey the fourth, or you know what I mean. But there is Jim Carrey. Oh, Greenville Treasure says no, just girls and 25 and a half grandchildren. Wow. Man, that's a lot of girls. Oh, okay, so Shanta or Shantae. Shantae? I want to say it right. Tell me if I'm saying it right. Shantae? Okay, good. Oh, wow. Grand Magic Classic says I was going to do that. Her due date was December 25th. She was late or her name would have been Candace Kane for middle name. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that song. I'll have to look it up. It's crazy, you know, because like I think that names kind of give you a path, you know. I mean, I think that if, you know, in another dimension or something, maybe, you know, maybe my name is like Gloria or something, you know, and maybe I have a different life, you know. I don't know if anybody else thinks of that, but I I don't know. I think a lot about stuff like that. Beth says we have a Candy in the family. She got married at like 15 to change her name. Oh yeah, I'm sure I would, Anessa. I'm sure I'd know as soon as I heard it. Hank says, I shit y'all not, the pallets of generators sold out within minutes. They saved one for him so he could run up and pay from work because they work with this company and he knew he would be there in 5 minutes. Wow. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, it's so hard whenever you're in a situation like that too, because it's like you know that, you know, yeah, you're, you know, one of your family members is going to be able to get that, but then somebody else is missing out. It sucks. Hank is in Florida. Crazy card. And Hank says, I'm in the wrong business. I need to get into the survival items game. Oh, man. Yeah, if you could ever sell generators or, you know, there's like, you know, like Eric was saying yesterday, the water filters that you can hook onto your sink, you know, or, you know, that you can hook onto um, a bottle so that you can filter your own water. That's survival stuff like that. That's that's a good place to be. Beth says I just needed a friggin' loaf of bread and all I found yesterday was blueberry bagels. Oh, poor thing. Yeah, I mean, I can understand limiting them to one per family, but it's just sad because I mean, there's going to be people there that, you know, don't even have the money for that, you know, don't have money for a generator or something, you know. It's just hard to be in that kind of situation, I'm sure. Bologna is not good on blueberry bagels. Oh, Lord. Oh, they all want to make French toast, I guess, huh? Wow.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Kata. Yeah, we're talking about crazy stuff going on down there. Hank said that there was a new pallet of generators, and they all like sold out within minutes.
Huh. You know who else I really feel sorry for is Montana.
Oh yeah, what's going on with them?
Crazy fires over there. My husband said there's like 62 of the 67 counties are on fire.
In California too.
Yeah.
Like
but I guess
place that we're
Montana, the whole state.
Oh really?
Is on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I know that right where me and Valerie grew up, you know, like 20 minutes into the hills, well, Sequoia National Forest, 20 minutes that way, it's burning.
Yeah.
Been burning for like a week now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Beth says, I ain't got time to make bread, have all this stupid inventory I'm trying to pack up and protect.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Crazy Card says, Hurricane Wilma knocked my power out for 3 weeks. That was only a Category 3.
Wow.
I'm really hoping that, you know, once it hits, you know, those islands and stuff, that it kind of disperses and, you know, just tears it up to where it's not going to be nothing once it hits us, you know, or I shouldn't say us, once it hits the United States. Well, I'm glad she gave you some totes to fill up. That's great. Yeah, we just really we're thinking about you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you know that.
We are.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, that stuff, I mean, I know it's your inventory and livelihood, and I probably wouldn't say the same thing about mine, but you're way more important than that stuff.
Yeah.
So don't stress it, you know, I mean.
Keep yourself safe first.
Yeah.
You can replace the items, you can't replace lives.
Right. Oh, the Crazy Card says
everything I can to protect mine too, you know.
Oh yeah. That's, I mean, I understand, you know, you're trying to protect your inventory, and there's been people that have lost stuff, and you know, eBayers that have lost stuff. But, you know, yeah, it's all replaceable, and you are not. So
yep.
Right. And Nessa says, not to get all wacko religious, but seriously, there's never a shortage of things to pray about. I agree. Yep.
Yeah, there's always something or somebody.
Yeah.
Needs it.
Yeah.
I'm not religious either, but I got a prayer list a mile long all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely be thinking about you guys. Yeah, Puerto Rico, you know, their resources, I mean, I don't see them as being very economically you know, stable. But I mean, I bet there's, I mean, I bet there's some wealthy people on the
Yeah.
island, but you know, a lot of I'm just thinking a lot of those people are, you know, there for the tourist, you know, and stuff like that. You know, they work, you know, low wage jobs and stuff like that, you know, and don't have a lot of money to rebuild if, you know, something just blows over, and, you know, feel bad for those people too.
Well, that's the thing, you know, these people that live on islands, they have nowhere to go. You know,
Yeah,
when an island is hit, you know, there's nowhere to go but the island. You know, I mean, and the whole island is hit. You know,
right.
whereas like the people in Florida, you know, they can head north, whereas people in an island, they can't go anywhere.
Hmm.
Which I'm not saying anything. I'm not taking anything away from people in Florida either. I'm just saying that, you know,
Right.
living on an island, kind of stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very stuck.
And I hate to see this kind of stuff happen to Americans. I mean, I hate to see it happen to anybody, but especially Americans, because I mean, you'd think by this day and age we would be above this. You know, that we would have structures, houses built that would withstand this kind of stuff,
Hmm.
or things in place like evacuation, ways of evacuating people or helping people in place better than what we have.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, like a spray that you can spray on the outside of the house to waterproof it completely.
yeah, that would be nice.
I
There you
mean,
go, Sally.
why not? You can waterproof your phone. Why can't you waterproof your house?
You waterproof your tent.
Yeah.
You waterproof your shoes.
See?
And I mean, you know, people are in a better position now than they were, you know, 30 years ago to withstand this stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like the people who live in Kansas and Tornado Alley, and none of them have
Hmm.
basements, and they all live in mobile homes. What the hell?
Yeah.
But everybody up here where we don't have tornadoes have basements.
I don't have a basement.
You know, I just don't understand it though. You know,
I know. I know. Like every house should be, you know, with a basement in
and they
Kansas.
all live in
And
mobile homes.
I know. I know.
You know, I understand, you know, down south it's a little more depressed than it is up here, but still, come on, you know, get the hell out of a mobile home and get in a real house.
I live in a mobile home, Nikki.
Sorry. I've lived in mobile homes, but I don't live on Tornado Alley either.
I don't either.
There's nothing wrong with living in a mobile
I
home.
was gonna be really bad and say I live in a mobile home. My daddy's half black and I have a gay brother. Which only one of those is true. That's too funny.
Yeah, I never understood that, you know.
Yeah. I couldn't do it, you know, if I lived in, you know, I mean, you would think that they would, you know, have something, have some kind of precautions because, you know, I understand, you know, living in a place, you know, in like Florida, you have, you know, very nice weather most of the time, you know, and you know, and that's just like how it is here, you know. I mean, I mean, not most of the time, but some of the time we have good weather, and then the rest is winter.
Yeah.
But you know, but like in Florida, Louisiana, you know, places like that, you would think that, you know, they would you know, find a way to, you know, build houses or waterproof them or something to where they wouldn't be paying on insurances, you know, like the insurance companies, you know, they're paying on these insurances, you know, if their house gets destroyed, you know, it's over and over and over again. It has to be.
But then again, if they built these big houses that could withstand all this, people wouldn't be able to afford to live in them anyways. You know?
True.
I mean, that's why people live in mobile homes, because they can't afford anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
That's what they afford.
Hi, Tara.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's a good one.
It's going.
Everybody's strapping down for the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother-in-law and father-in-law live down there, and so does my sister-in-law and that. So they're all getting ready for the hurricane. They live in Kissimmee area.
Mm-hmm.
In Florida?
So, yeah.
They're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get wind damage and stuff like that. If it looks like the way it's gonna track, I mean, but you got house insurance, and hopefully nobody gets hurt, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're screwed.
Yeah, nice.
I give them zero chance.
Nice.
You're so positive, Jim. I love it.
Well, not that they're going to die, but they're definitely going to have damage from the storm.
I'm about to send them. My sister just sent me an email. I'm going to respond. So where are you guys going to live now that your house is going to be destroyed?
Oh, no.
We're a very caring, sharing family.
I guess.
Grandma has this concrete fountain, not real big, and it's kind of stupid looking. It's got like a castle on top of it, and it bubbles out water. So she's put that, of course, in front of her picture window of her dining room. So now she's all paranoid about that thing going through the picture window. So she's like yelling at my sister-in-law that I lifted the fountain by myself, which I did not, and put it together. And they're being wimps, and they should be able to take it down so that it doesn't blow through the window. Like, we can't. It's solid concrete. We can't lift this. I'm like,
my
I didn't lift that by myself. Anyway, maybe you should have planned out before you put it in front of your picture window. Anyway,
yeah.
So.
Tough love.
Yeah, Beth says you better make sure you're in that will, Jim.
No way. I'm not getting stuck with all those bills.
Some tore up Florida piece of property.
I don't know. Who are you talking about? I have no idea who you're talking about. No relation. I'm related to Jim Carrey, the comedian. He's my dad.
Oh man.
I'm not even sure he's older than me.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna be about the same age.
Yeah. So how'd you like doing the show last night, Nikki?
That was fun.
I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And now next time, if you get it where now you can get live right away, it'll be just smoother.
Yeah. And as long as nobody dies or goes into the hospital, I can be prepared for it.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, God dang it, you've had to run a bad luck there. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Are you going on the auction show on Saturday?
Yeah.
You get your stuff together?
Today I am.
How many items do you have to have for that?
15 to 20.
Oh, okay.
But I have to take pictures of some of them today, so I got to get some today going here. I was supposed to have the pictures in yesterday, but I didn't.
Well, shit happens.
Yeah.
That'll be all right.
Larry says, yeah, great show last night, Nikki.
Thank you. Maybe I'll make it a secret. I'll be like, no, you can't see any of my items. It's all secret. Super secret items.
There you go.
These are gonna be the best items you've ever seen. They're so secret.
I don't even know what they are right now.
It'll be like the business that's opening that has the paper over the windows.
There you go.
That's why they got the crime scene people with the crime scene t-shirts out there. Oh my god, how ridiculous.
That's funny.
I was thinking of having that army suit on there.
There you go.
And then I've got some Russian pins I was gonna do. And then I got that bikini shirt I was gonna put on there. Other than that, I'm not sure. I'll dig around my storage shed today. I'm sure I can find some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Go find something horsey or something and I'll bid on it.
I know. I saw this horsey thing this weekend at a flea market I was going to get, but he wanted like $40 for it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. It's a big stepping off point.
It was like
one of those Curry and I prints or something.
It was like this horse ashtray. And he goes, it was black, but I didn't like it black, so I painted it gold.
Well, that's stupid.
And I was like, okay. It's a real nice piece, though. It's cast aluminum. I'm like, and it was a nice piece, except he painted it gold.
Yeah.
Hey, find some more of those dirty paperbacks, Nikki. I'll bid on those.
The what?
The dirty paperbacks.
Those books, those dirty paperbacks.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find more of those. Jim will bid on them.
You know what I used to use them for is
oh God.
In the deer stand.
It's all good.
Well,
oh God.
You have to sit up in a tree like for hours and hours and hours. I mean, it's boring to, suicidal boring. So what I would do, so I didn't fall asleep and do a header out of the tree, I would get these dirty 1960s pulp paperbacks, and I mean, they got some crazy stuff there. I mean, just crazy. Not you couldn't describe it in mixed company, okay, or any kind of company. But anyway, but you read that stuff, at least it keeps you awake. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, what's this guy gonna do next? It's like, 6 women. How's he gonna handle this? I have to read more, so it would keep you awake in the deer stand, and that's specifically what I would use those for. But then I got so that's why when Nikki got them, I knew they had value because I would try to buy them on eBay, and the price kept going up. They're like bullion.
I'm thinking MSP probably don't want that stuff on his show.
Yeah, probably not. No, but they did have like sex games and stuff, like that Thrifting Treasures. I think her name's Tanya. They had like those board games, like where you get jiggy playing a board game.
Yeah.
They did those, so that's not too far off.
Know when Valerie is leaving North Carolina. I talked to her this morning. She has a flight for Tuesday, but that's when the storm's supposed to be getting there. So that everybody knows of. So she's trying to get her flight changed. As of right now, she's going to push it a couple of days out so that she can stay there with her daughter. Just in case they do have bad storms and stuff. Which I think is a good idea. I mean, it's better to stay there and wait it out, I would think. Hank wants to know, getting jiggy playing a board game? You mean Twister?
No, they're like those dirty board games. I don't know. I can't remember what they're. It'd be like something stupid, and they're always dirty because they'll have a feather duster in the board game. It's one of those kind.
Right.
It's like baby oil Twister.
Yeah, that's another one of the items too. It'll be like some kind of lube, a feather duster, a pair of fuzzy handcuffs, and a couple other things. Those are like dirty board games. But they did auction a couple off.
I want to see Valerie soon too. I mean, I seen her this morning. I talked to her not on FaceTime, but we do Facebook Messenger. And if you don't do Facebook Messenger, you really should do Facebook Messenger when you're talking to anybody. I think it's better than Skype. And you know, I miss her, but I miss seeing her every day, and because I don't talk to her every day, I call her about once every other day. So, but I miss her. I miss talking to her and seeing her every day. And I'm sure you guys do too. Yeah, they are. The Messenger video works great. I mean, every once in a while it'll get glitchy, but as far as being better than Skype, I think it's better than Skype. Because me and Valerie at first, when we, first started talking back and forth, pretty regularly, we would talk on Skype, and it worked. It seemed like it worked for the first month or so, and then it stopped working, like, altogether. So, so we started doing Facebook Messenger, and we've been doing Facebook Messenger for probably 2 years at least now. And I'll call people on Facebook Messenger and they don't know how to do it. And so they're like, I don't know what you were trying to do. Were you calling me on the phone? And I'm like, I was calling you on Messenger. Like, your camera would, pop up, and, it was almost like if we're talking face to face. I think it's good. I think, since you're able to now, you should talk with your camera. Unless you're like naked or something.
We're talking about Facebook Messenger.
Use MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rocking the MySpace.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Sales been good this week, Tara?
Yeah, it was pretty good yesterday, and I was really happy. I think I was with you guys at a hangout. I sold that haul video I did with all that like nursing school stuff. I sold that volumetric pump, which is an IV pump, which what I'm talking about. Now, I was scared because that's medical equipment. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get this through. I put it at a buy it now, and I put it in medical teaching. And I got a couple watches, and I just reduced the price like $10, and one of them bid on it. And I was happy because I'm like, I was just waiting for this item's been pulled because you're not an approved seller on it. So I was happy to let it through, which sounds sort of shitty, but sometimes you do what you got to do.
You sold it. You sold it on where? On
eBay. I got it through on eBay. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, the eBay reward hotline's ringing off the hook right now. People are calling in looking for that $10 reward or turning in cheaters.
Hell no, I'm gonna try that shit sometime.
Yeah, I put it in medical testing, put it on testing, because obviously I have no idea how to run this thing or anything, and I knocked it off, and I think I got $159 for it. So I was happy to get rid of it. Yeah. There's approved sellers. They sell them for like $350, $400, but I didn't want to sit on it that long because I ain't an approved medical seller.
We have sold stuff before that we did not know. It's like, oh, we don't know if it is or not. We would sell it, and then it's funny, like a month later, they'll send you a message. We got to take your listing down. It's like, okay, well, it's sold, and we got paid, and got feedback and all that. But so eventually, the robot will find it. And you'll get a little letter saying, don't keep doing this. You're not going to be selling on eBay anymore.
Right.
Oh, wonder how many do they allow you?
I have no idea. Well, they're not going to tell you that.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can only do it 2 more times, Tara, then you're done.
Well, because like there's been like stuff I didn't know, like the Corningware killer coffee pot. You know what I'm talking about? It's the stovetop one with the bad handle. I didn't know it at the time I listed it because who the hell pays attention to a recall that happened in 1980? You know, but they know about it. So I got busted for one of those. Well,
I called up customer service. I'm like, what the hell? She's like, oh no, that's a banned coffee pot. It hurts people. I'm like, what? I mean, I understand lawn insurance. I get it. They're pointing on the end, but it's a coffee pot. But I guess the carafe slips out of the metal band and smashes, and I don't know. Well, whatever. I mean, you probably got about the same odds of getting hit by lightning and getting hurt by lightning.
Right.
I snuck another one through, and this is probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I had a bunch of empty brass shell casings. They're like 30-06 empty brass shell casings, not live ammo, but reloaders mess with them. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? So I listed them for sale, but I made sure I didn't put ammo or bullets in the descriptive title. I put, you know, like brass, some other words that refer to bullets, and they actually got bid up really good on those. But yeah, you're not supposed to do that either. I don't do that anymore.
Do you have a boyfriend in another town or anything?
I don't do that's a little too risky, but anyway, I did get this IV pump through, and I'm happy. And anyway, sometimes a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Hank says that she says, haha, Tara, I listed one of those too. I had 3 because my papa loved them, and listed 1. It got took down as well.
Oh yeah, you know. Well, this is gonna sound really corny. You know what Jim started doing with them? Because we'd always lose our remote control for our TV. You know, it falls through the couch cushions. He started taping the remote controls to the killer coffee pot so that we could never lose the remote. Anyway.
Hey, it worked. I mean, you had a stupid coffee pot in your living room, but you didn't lose the remote.
Oh my god. That's too funny. What the hell? My eBay's being weird today.
Oh, I haven't even started. I got a thing of software I'm gonna list today.
Oh my god, I gotta tell him something.
It's being glitchy for me.
Oh boy. Hey, you know I tell you guys all the time, like we leave our keys in the car and stuff here, there's no crime.
Oh yeah.
We had a shooting. We had a gun.
Oh no.
Gun killing. Okay, they got CSI. I mean, they got the ATF coming in. They're investigating the hell out of this thing. You got 2 guys, and it's tragic, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old. This guy buys a pistol at a gun show, which he wasn't supposed to do because he's under 21, playing with it at midnight on Sunday night, and winds up popping his buddy in the chest. And, of course, he calls 911. You know, he's got a towel on the wound, trying to stop the bleeding or whatever. The guy passed. He didn't make it. But, you know, now they got the kid, you know, they're trying to, you know, hang him for murder or whatever. You know, it's just that's so crazy because this is a town where you have absolutely no crime. It's like somebody kicked a bee's nest. We got people coming in from other towns to help with the investigation. It's an accidental shooting. Everybody knows it.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny. But yeah, it's front page of the paper. The Rhinelander News is just going crazy with it. You know, they're interviewing people and asking if they still feel it's safe to live in Eagle River. It's like, oh my God, okay. What, they don't have accidents anywhere else? Okay. It's nuts.
Wow.
So now I have to admit, Eagle River, we had a crime.
You know, we rarely have stuff like that happen here too. And like the last big thing, I mean, there's been stuff like people, like there was this like 20-year-old, him and his girlfriend had a baby. The baby died. A month later, they arrested the dad because the dad ended up killing the baby. And they were trying to hide the fact that he killed it. But and it was awful. Like, they went into detail and stuff, and it was awful. So that was like the last really big thing that happened. Before that, we had a prisoner that was being transported, and he was a murderer, and he somehow got away from the officers that was driving, and he was hiding out here in the woods. But we have all kinds of woods, surrounding our area. And so he was just like traveling in the woods, behind people's houses, and sleeping in cabins that were empty, and it was freaking scary. And he was out there for like a week and a half before they found him.
We had a murder here about a year and a half ago in a small town that's maybe about 10 minutes up the road. They reported a little bit on it. They didn't make a big deal about it. But this guy, it was an accidental shooting, and it's tragic. But they're making this huge deal about it. But this other woman, 10 miles...
She was strangled.
She was strangled on a snowmobile trail in the woods, and somebody came across her body 3 days later. To me, that was a lot more scary than an accidental shooting.
I think it's all these because we never have anybody actually outside of hunting season. We get accidental hunter shootings all the time, but you don't get like an actual where a person shoots another person in anger, which that wasn't even the case. No one is saying that's the case here. It's just like a big firearm fury or whatever.
And it was Labor Day weekend. We have a big gun show here in Eagle River, and these two kids, you have a 20-year-old and 19-year-old, one of them went and bought a pistol at the gun show. We have to be 21 to buy a pistol, so it's not legal. And now you got the ATF's going to come in and do this whole big bust on, these gun show vendors.
You should obey you should definitely obey the law. That if they catch that person who saw that guy, it's a law. Yeah. You need to follow the law.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway, but you're talking about sleepy towns. We have a town in the middle of the state called Plainfield that nobody's ever heard of unless they know about Ed Gein, because that's where he's from. It was from the middle of, if you blinked when you drive through, you'd miss the town. It's that Ed Gein who was butchering those people and hanging them up in his barn and stuff and making like...
Oh my...
He was making lampshades. He was doing stuff with the skin.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's a sleepy little town with zero crime, so you just never know where a weirdo's going to pop up.
Yeah, that's freaky. Yeah, usually most anything ever happens around here is like we have these scammers that go through town, and it's happened like twice in the last, I don't know, I'd say like 8 months or so, where these people buy these card readers on Amazon, and somehow they get these gift cards and match them up with these credit card numbers that have been stolen, and make the gift cards basically credit cards. And they go around buying cartons of cigarettes and lottery tickets, just all kinds of stuff. And so they the last time they came to our store last time that they were doing this, and they bought like 15 cartons.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
there's good money.
Oh man, they got caught.
Huh.
They got caught, and I'm sure they're going to prison because they hit up like they had like 4 or 5 stores that they hit up. So yeah, and thing with the credit card or the gift card is it was going right through. It like there was no nothing on the credit card. You would think because it's attached to a number that it would be flagged because it was stolen.
Yeah.
Well, it was not flagging anything, so it was just
when I was in college, and this is, you know, everybody has one. He's kind of a sketchy friend. Anyway, well, this guy, and I wasn't with him when they did it. They found a credit card. They found a wallet and took a credit card out of the wallet, and then went to St. Vincent de Paul and bought suits off the, used suits. So they dressed up like businessmen. And then they went to this. The Holiday Inn had this big. It was called a Holodome. It had an indoor pool and a little miniature golf course and all sorts of stuff inside this dome. But had a real fancy restaurant there. So he takes him and his buddies go in, and they're ordering lobster, whatever, the most expensive stuff they can get on the menu. And they're just, whatever, they're serving them. But after dinner, they went up to the bar, and of course, they're college kids, so they're really pounding, and the drinks are expensive. Well, Holiday Inn had a policy that if you ran a tab over $75, they had to call the card company to make sure everything was legit. Well, they call the card company. They're like, yeah, we'll check it out. So they call the card holder. The guy's in his living room watching TV. They're like, are you at the Holiday Inn having dinner or whatever? He's like, no, I'm sitting at home watching TV. Thank you, sir. So they kept on serving him drinks while the cops had been called, and eventually they handcuffed him right there at the bar in their stupid suits. And they took him to jail wearing these stupid St. Vincent de Paul suits. I just totally had it coming. It was just hilarious.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that guy's a stockbroker now.
True, he is.
That's hilarious. Yeah, That's the town that we lived in California. It used to not be that bad. Every once in a while, like you'd hear of them finding a body somewhere or something, weird stuff like that. And then, over the years, it just got worse and worse. But, I remember, from a very young age that my parents always locked the door, we always locked our cars and stuff like that. And people would totally steal from you if they could. So, I grew up in a completely different, me and Valerie both, we grew up in a completely different setting, than what we live in now. And it's just crazy to, to think here I can not lock my door. I don't lock my door. I don't lock my car doors.
It's like Florida. And my in-laws live in a very nice subdivision, but they have to lock everything up. And about 5 years ago, they were gone, and somebody kicked in their front door and stole all their jewelry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just kicked the front door in.
And this is a son who just died in a car accident because shooting heroin while he's driving.
I think it was somebody that I think it was a friend of my sister-in-law's kid who was like real bad in drugs and that. I think he did it. I think it was kind of an inside gig, but
yeah,
she wasn't. They have a alarm on their house, but for whatever reason, she wasn't turning it on, and somebody knew it, and they kicked the door in. Anyway.
And she showed the friend the jewelry, and the kid was there while she was doing that. It was when my grandma passed away. My sister inherited all her jewelry. And my grandma was really big into going down to Mexico, buying a lot of gold jewelry and stuff. And anyway, so yeah, the kid just passed. Like this week, he was going down the expressway shooting heroin, and he must have passed out while he was doing it. And he killed a 13-year-old girl in a car, and then struck another car, and he died when he hit the second car.
Was that wasn't St. Cloud?
It was in Ocala.
Oh, Ocala.
So anyway, yeah, he was a real piece of work. And my sister's like, oh, no, he wouldn't be. He's a nice kid. He's just a little mixed up. I'm like, yeah, mixed up my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, and, a lot of it stems from, I think meth and heroin and stuff like that. I think a lot of it stems from that. It seems like, in California where we were from, meth use got greater and greater. They were finding all these, houses that they were cooking in and stuff. And, and then when we were, when we first got here, there was hardly anybody being arrested for anything like that. And then, slowly through the years, it's just gotten worse and worse. And along with that comes with crime.
Yeah. We had the house to the south of my property is a rental house. I think they were cooking meth in the house. They're our neighbor,
Yeah.
but I think they were definitely dealing drugs. And then they rented a house across the street for me. But it'd be like all hours of the night. A car would pull in, they'd toot the horn, and then they'd be 5 minutes later, they'd be gone. It was real weird. I'm like, well, they're definitely doing something there, you know.
Right.
Yeah. He's not naked. He has clothes on. Oh.
He's not naked. He's got his clothes on. You got to call him Brandon if he's got clothes on.
I'm so used to naked man though. I feel more comfortable.
I know.
With that.
That's fine.
There you go. You missed it. He flashes some boob.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hank Allen Cash says agreed. Sally, meth moves in, humanity and reason move out. That's for sure.
Do you think this is saleable? This it's an old HP card for like a scanner.
So everybody doing the promoted listings?
No,
I'm not. No,
I got nothing. I mean, and I'm not going to start a big debate or. I tried them, and for us, because we have all this one-off weird stuff like antiques and just weird curios and weird shit. So it's just like it just didn't work for us. I mean, you have a lot of stuff like the kind of stuff you sell on Amazon, where you get clickbait and a site. It's got to be something when somebody's looking at a page, they see your ad on the corner and say, "Oh yeah, I need one of those." But the weird stuff we sell, it wasn't happening. We tried it for like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months. And with the Anchor store, I get the so many dollars worth of free stuff, and I don't even use it. It just don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got like 1 or 2. It was like selling on Bonanza. Nothing's going on. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
So it wasn't worth the screwing around.
No, I'm not saying anything against it because of other people it works great for whatever reason, it just didn't work.
If you're selling like retail arbitrage and stuff like that, I'm sure it would do great. But we don't do much of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody buy like a printer setup guide.
No.
You still there, Nikki? Oh.
She's using bark language to talk to you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Why is Nikki barking?
Send me down the well.
Something happened to me.
Stop it.
Is that Prancer?
Yeah, Prancer and Toby. Todd says, my dog just barked at your dog. Yeah, Comfortable Life says promoted listings isn't working for me either. Just going to go through Q4 with it. Can't hurt.
No, that's true. And you get, like, when you have the Star subscription, you get so much of dollars to use for it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just took, I'm figuring the time I spend working on it, I could be listening. So it's like, I just quit doing it. It just wasn't worth my time.
Yeah. Damn computer dogs.
I think you just have to have the right kind of inventory for it.
Right. Well, yeah, you guys probably have a lot of direct sales, right? Like somebody searching for the item that you have.
95% of my stuff is a direct sale. Yeah. We tried it too with back when they had you had to have multiple listings or whatever on it. We tried it with some of that small engine parts, and it didn't work for that either for us. But I don't know why. I mean,
Well,
we gave it a go, and
my tractor's broke. I need a part. You're not going to go like, I'm going to go look at like clickbait on the internet, at random pages, and maybe come across an ad for the tractor part. You're going to look directly for the tractor part. And that's, again, for us, we just have the wrong kind of inventory.
yeah.
I don't think the promoted listings are wrong. I think our inventory is wrong. So I think promoted listing could work for other people. It just doesn't fit for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's, you need like the spontaneous buy type thing. Like, I need an American flag fidget spinner. Oh, there, I see it on the sidebar. I'll buy
I've
it.
been talking about that. I'll buy it. Yeah, we don't have nothing like that.
Yeah, I would say 95% of our inventory is stuff you just specifically are looking for. I don't know. Or we're lazy. I'll just go with we're lazy.
Stop it.
Are you listing right now?
No, I'm sorting right now.
Me too. Just kidding. I'm just being lazy right now.
I'm sorting stuff right now. No, I thought we had more of these floppy disks.
Oh, but they go with a book, right?
I think so, but then I also have these kind of discs too, which would be a different series or something, I would assume.
I don't know. Does anything like that go for anything? Or who the hell still has a 5.5-inch disc reader?
I don't know. They want to do medical stuff? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It probably would. Maybe it wouldn't work on promoted listing, though.
It wouldn't work on any listing.
Hank says, "Oh boy, my brain and typing fingers aren't communicating properly." I put, hope you enjoy the shit. Apparently, this morning, shit equals shirt.
Hey, Sally. This is the guy's stuff I'm trying to sell. It's an old time. It's one of those old time floppy disks.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm like, nobody has a computer that can read this anymore.
I know. Are you gonna sell it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
She's looking it up. Oh my God, $25?
Yeah, but that's for something different. But these are like these medical part tests. They're for medical.
We'll put them out there for $10 on auction. Maybe they're buying them because of the discs. Holy shnikes. $70? Back up, what's that IBM disc?
87 or whatever.
Oh, it's a boot disc. Okay, I would put them in there. Maybe they're paying up for the discs. Holy crap! Well, there you go. You just never know.
I'm just gonna put them together, I guess.
Not different kinds of discs.
Oh yeah, because those are for 97.
Yeah. Do them at $9.99 auction.
The crazy card says, "What a waste a couple of hours of your life. Put stickers on all your stuff for inventory reasons." What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would think that people would want them just for like memorabilia.
I don't know. I'll try it. But they're medical. They're surgical nursing ones, so I don't think you can rewrite them. I don't know.
You can rewrite them.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, here's more of them right here. Gold mine. Pair test? The part test?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. We're gonna go get that van, so.
Oh, you got your van today. Awesome.
Yeah. So we gotta walk. Probably it's probably like a mile at least, so I gotta go get dressed and stuff still, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down till tomorrow. I hope you guys get lots of sales today.
Too, Sally. Go to an auction and fill up that van.
I know, I need to, huh?
Make that van pay for itself.
I know. I totally get you, Jim. I totally do.
I walked, when you talked about walking to go get it, I bought
Yeah.
from a guy who lives about a half mile down the road, I bought a box truck. I'd never driven a box truck before, and I mean, this thing was 26,000 pound truck. I mean, I'd never driven anything.
But you did drive fire trucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they're automatic. This was, and I had driven a car stick, but I never drove a big truck stick, which, by the way, it's the same thing. It's no different. But I didn't know that. But I walked there, and I had to drive it home. I'm like, oh, man, I hope I can drive this thing home. So, but we made it. And that was the box truck that started us on the flea markets.
Yeah.
That eventually bought today. But that's where we started. We just
This
started
is
buying
just a minivan. It's just a minivan.
Well, they still, minivans haul a lot of stuff. I hauled a cement mixer in a minivan once.
Yeah.
With the cement, the middle of the van was actually sagging a little bit.
Wow.
Because I took out the middle seat and I put like all the cement in there. The tires are bulging.
Oh my gosh.
And my kids are in the back seat. They're all the way in the back. We're separated by this cement mixer and these bags of cement. Me and my wife are in the front, my first wife, and she's like, "Are they okay back there?" I'm like, "I don't know. Everything will be fine."
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a real old when they were just only Chrysler was making them. You know, the early days when it was pretty much all those old ugly Chrysler minivans.
I remember my dad, he owned a couple of those our vans. We had a white one with blue pinstripe and a red one. And they were those traveler vans that, you know, the seats right behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat were like completely, you know, you could rotate them, and they reclined, and they had fold out tables, and I mean they were awesome. And then in the back was, you know, just like a regular bench seat, and then it could lay down into a bed.
Yeah, you could fold it down. Was this a full size van or a minivan?
That was a full size van.
Yeah, that's what we use right now. Ours has got the high roof with a TV in it, and I mean an old time TV, not like the new flat screen. It's an old time. Like it's got to warm up for a second when you turn on the car.
Wow.
And we got an old VHS player. I buy VHS tapes at Goodwill and stuff of old movies, and me and the kids sitting back while Tara's driving. We watch movies in the back. It's awesome.
That is cool.
And then we go to auctions and fill it with junk, boat motors, you name it, table saws, whatever we can cram in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, vans are awesome, and they only burn a little bit extra gas. Everybody's afraid of them because of gas. They burn about the same as a pickup truck. They ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Make money with it, then you won't worry about what the gas costs.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't be more than, I mean, I'm sure minivan is
minivans are great on gas.
Oh yeah, way less gas than what my truck would usually take. So.
Yeah, a van is going to be about the same as a pickup truck, but they're about dead even. But minivans, yeah, they do get, some of those minivans get almost 30 on the highway. So
yeah,
of course, not the way I load them.
It'd be awesome. We'll be rocking the grocery carrier now.
All right. I'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow for Freaky Friday.
Frickin' Friday.
Have a good one.